Hello everyone, and welcome back to What If Deku Was a Big Daddy. Yeah, I took a break recently because I was completely stuck, but, well, where we left off, Deku just teleported away from the pro heroes, and, yeah, he's now in Hosu City, and, yeah, he's walking around looking for trying to sense any little sisters nearby. And yeah, he's gotten upgrades from Tenenbaum, that's why we just skipped the sports festival. His powers are now what more powers? He can now take mind control big daddies and use telekinesis. So yeah, we got to Deku's just walking through the alleyway as he senses Rosie, no little sister, and when he finds that it's Rosie, and yeah, Deku prepares to fight him, but then the Rosie just suddenly teleports, and Deku's just looking around, and then suddenly he just looks behind him, and then the Rosie is standing with his gun to Deku's head, and he gets shot right in the face. And Deku gets knocked down, and then the Rosie tries to shoot him again in the face, but he teleports behind the Rosie, and then the Rosie turns around and strikes him in the face with his gun and tries to shoot him, but Deku freezes the gun and shatters it. And then the Rosie shot a lightning bolt at him, and which stunned him completely, and then it began punching him relentlessly. So, and Deku was on the ground. He was not really prepared for other big daddies to use plasmids. So but Deku, as the Rosie was about to punch him again, he used the hypnotize to hypnotize the big daddy, and then he commanded the Rosie to take his gun and shoot himself, which was the most quick and painless death for the big daddy. But Deku felt bad, since it was just like how Ryan almost killed him, so he looked sadly on as the Rosie shot herself. And then he freed the little sister. And then later he heard an explosion, and when he came to the scene, there was a bunch of Nomus and a Rumbler. Much like the other one, this one teleported behind Izuku and tried to shoot him point blank in the face. But Deku knew that something was up and was prepared for it, so he teleported away, and then he teleported behind, and then drilled the back of the Rumbler's leg, so it caused him to collapse. And then he grabbed the rocket launcher and teared it off. And then he took his rivet gun. No, he took the rocket launcher and put it to the Rumbler's head, and he fired as the head was blown cleanly off. But he saw like a recording tape, and with the little sister, so he picked up the record. After he saved the little sister, he picked up the recording tape, and then he heard this. So, Mr. Jack, do you want to reunite with your daughter or die? As he heard somebody yell out in pain at the sound of electricity. I'd rather be with my daughter than die. No matter what you are going to do with me, I'll do anything to be with her. Anything. And that's when Deku realized something. That the Big Daddy was the person who had lost his daughter. He felt sorry, and he decided to pay his respects to the man before he left. But he felt a bit relieved since he rescued his daughter and rescued him from suffering longer. And then Deku continued. Then he heard somebody getting slashed down. I can't stand you fake heroes. I'll just kill you. This is what you deserve. I will not give up. I'm gonna get revenge for my brother. A great hero. He was not fake. As they saw, he saw a man with a sword and several daggers standing over a boy with glasses, and the Native American. And so, as who this man with the sword, who we know is Stain, was about to kill the boy, which is Tenya Ida, Deku grabbed him with his telekinesis and tossed him away. Stain just looked at him. You dare, you wretched creature, a slave to your fate. I'll do you a favor and put you out of your misery. As Stain lunged at him, he tried to cut Deku, but Deku blocked it with his drill, and then he tossed him Deku tossed Stain into a wall, but Stain gathered himself and jumped up the walls and threw several knives, which Deku used his telekinesis to fire back at him, but Stain deflected them, and then he charged him. Deku tried to shoot him with his lightning to stun him, but Stain avoided it. Then Deku tried to freeze the ground, but Stain just stabbed the ground, making all the ice shatter. As Stain closed in, he cut a bit of Deku, and was about to lick his blood. But Deku managed to teleport in front of him and destroy his sword, which the blood was on, making Stain lose the blood. As Stain tried to throw knives, Deku just tanked the knives. They hit him right, and it had no effect. So Stain just tried to run, but Deku shot at him, which Stain dodged his shots. shot him with his gun, and then Deku tossed multiple knives at him, which Stain jumped over, but then he pulled them back, so they came back around. So Stain was stabbed multiple times by the knives as he just laid down there. Then Deku heard a lot of police sirens, ambulances, and everything, as he heard sounds of pro heroes arriving at the scene. And then Deku just teleported away. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this What If episode. It's probably really short. No, it's actually not that short compared to the others. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and comment some positive stuff. It helps me. If you keep watching, I'll keep making. Bye bye.